Hey, so uh, if you have been through a situation where you are in either in your late 20s or maybe early 20s, and where you know a lot of the programming that you have got, a lot of the conditioning you have got from your childhood, maybe from the surrounding, family members, parents, teachers, and you are aware of it. You have tried multiple times over years to overwrite it, to get rid of it. Eventually you would have realized that it's not something which you can get rid of, like, because initially you might be aware of one or two or three, but with time you'll realize that it is not about one or two. It's about the whole set of conditioning that you are living your life with, and you cannot change it by trying to work it out like a backlog. Like, I mean, I work as a product manager, builder, so somewhere I already always had this attitude that uh, this is more like identifying it and changing it, identifying it and changing it. And it's like you have an endless list of things to fix, and that's where you end up. But then I realized that there is a way better way to deal with a situation of this sort. Rather than trying to change a specific behavior of yours, trying better way to do it is creating a space between the action that you take, the pattern that you repeat. So let me give you a little bit of context how this thing works. So see, a lot of time what happens, we consume information, we identify the bad patterns that we have, and then we try to change it through some kind of mental uh, task or to-do list or something of that sort. Okay, but what actually happens is it is not about your brain anymore. It's about what is memorized at your level of your body. So lot of emotions are memorized at our bodily level, and whenever a similar situation comes, the subconscious mind fires in that that automatic response. It just happens. Okay, it's not in your control. That's the reason why there are days when you have been following a diet for maybe uh, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you get a craving of having something. Or maybe you are stressed after a long day and you came back home and you just want a good quality food, and maybe most of the time it is junk food which you want to order from outside. So this is basically your body taking the control uh, of the entire system. Okay, so it's more about that. So how space, creating space, helps is, like, it gives you time to respond rather than react, because most of the time it's your subconscious brain taking the control. Your body just the emotions that is memorized at the level of your body is just manifesting, just um, and most of the time that's why it's very hard to control something which you have been doing for years, because it's quite deeper on your bodily level and it's hard to change. So rather than changing a list of things that you want to fix about yourself, could be habit of working out, could be the way you speak, could be smoking, drinking. I mean, smoking and drinking might have a deeper layer to it. But yeah, like, practice bad practice pattern in general. Uh, Creating space between really helps, because there is a thing which I have started doing. I ask myself, this thing, whether I am the storm or I am the observer of the storm. Because mostly, if you see, everything that happens in your life are events. It's pretty neutral, but the because we have a memory of past which has attached a wrong or a sad emotions or experience with that, it interprets this event exactly same, which is not the case, you know. That's how body function. So it's more like biology somehow, uh, like taking over, you know. So that's why I feel like creating a space between who you are and the events that are happening with you solves a lot of these problems. uh, and what I have observed is that most of the times when I was struggling, or I panic, or there is a deadline and I need to um, get the things done, what happens is that me and the event collapses into one. It's like me becoming the event. So everything, whether it is a failure, whether things doesn't working out, that uh, becomes the, what do you call, like that. That's how you define your worth. Okay, your worth gets attached to that, and you take your work personally, rather than seeing it as an action that you did, not you yourself. So I don't know how much of this makes sense, but I just wanted to share something which I have been experiencing from quite some time now. Let me know if this helps. See ya.